love a good paradox. There's nothing quite like having your brain dance with the wonder of the world. Here's one I've been thinking about lately. The coastline paradox. So how does one determine the length of the coastline, say, on the Hawaiian island of Oahu? Simple. Look at a map, measure the distance, adjust the measurements to scale, perform a simple calculation, and voila, you have your approximate coastline length. A rough estimation in 10-mile units on a map gives me approximately 110 miles of beautiful Hawaiian coastline. Zoom in, however, and suddenly there's more detail, and therefore more coastline to measure. So we'll do the same thing, but now in 2-mile units. But now it seems like we're measuring 130 miles of shoreline. That's 20 miles more of coastline. Now, using this last unit of measurement, I can approximate that the town of Laie, one of my favorite places on the North Shore, has 2 miles of coastline. Zoom in, however, and we begin to reveal more detail. And when measured in 500-foot units, the Laie coastline is all of a sudden 2.75 miles in length. Now this is odd. It appears that each time I look closer at a map, the more detail is revealed, and thus more coastline is available to measure. As a matter of fact, a little Wikipedia search tells me that the approximate coastline length of Oahu is 227 miles. This is the coastline paradox. The counterintuitive observation that the coastline of a landmass does not have a well-defined length. We cannot know the exact length of a coastline. Since a coastline has increasing levels of detail the closer you inspect it, also if you account for the movement and fluctuation of the ocean's tide, the coastline measurements will also change. And since a coastline has increasing levels of detail, the closer you inspect it, the range of the measurement increases the more detail you take into consideration. Some even say that technically the coastline has no definitive measurement and you can keep zooming in until the coastline becomes infinite. Thus, the paradox. My takeaway from this is the closer you observe anything, more detail will always be revealed to you. Something simple on the surface can get very complicated the more you immerse yourself. I think this paradox can apply when launching a business. What if I told you that there's a simple 3-part formula to any successful business? And what if I told you that this 3-part formula works whether you're a consultant, an agency, advisor, or a marketer, and regardless if you made $1,000 a month or $1 million a year? Well, it's true. From a bird's eye view, or in keeping with our coastline metaphor, measuring in 100-mile units, at this scale, the 3-part formula for any successful business breaks down into the following: niche, market problem, and a solution to said problem. That's it. You can apply this to virtually any successful business, whether in your town or a mega corporation in a huge city. What happens if we zoom in, however, and observe the formula with, say, a 10-mile unit? Suddenly, greater detail is revealed. So our niche can break down into demographics and psychographics. And our market problem can break down into the type of problem, the pain level, urgency, and the market's willingness to solve the problem. And then our solution can break down into the cost to solve the problem, the form of delivery, profitability, timeline, skills required, and materials required. Now let's dive deeper into one single point, and let's view it with a 1-mile unit. Let's look at niche. So our niche breaks down into demographics, which can further break down into location, age, gender, education level, income level, marital status, occupation, religion. And our psychographics point can break further down into activities, interests, opinions, attitudes, values, behaviors, desires, and fears. One might say the devil is in the detail. And it's because of this coastline paradox, when applied to business, that I believe many new consultants, freelancers, and entrepreneurs fail. They are excited about their idea, the dream of freedom, and a better life for themselves and their family. Maybe somebody, an online guru, for example, did a great job of inspiring and motivating them to quit their job and live the location-independent dream. Great! I believe inspiration, motivation, and good feelings are essential aspects of launching a business. But if all you get is the 100-mile view to follow your dream, What happens when you've actually taken the leap into uncharted territory and suddenly find yourself measuring with a 1 mile unit? You're unprepared, unequipped, and lack guidance and a roadmap. Actually, established businesses can also get caught up in the paradox, but from the opposite perspective. Instead of looking at everything from the 100-mile view, they find themselves getting caught up in the tiniest details of the 1 mile view and lose sight of the big picture. The expression, "can't see the forest for the trees," comes to mind here. My friend, if you're looking to launch your first business or revive an existing small business, start up a consultancy, book clients, and earn an honest living doing work that matters to you and that you love, embrace the paradox. But you need to keep your head in the clouds while confidently navigating the seemingly endless detail you're about to embark upon. This is why I created Launch, my new course for people who are ready to take an honest approach to learn how to start a business from scratch in any niche, even if you have no customers, no offer, and no idea where to start. And I'm inviting you right now to learn more about the course. You can go to the link provided on the screen here, or in the description below, or in the email that I sent you accompanying this video. And if you have any questions, hit reply to that email, send me a message, and I'll get back to you answering any questions that you might have. And look out for another email from me tomorrow. I'll have more information for you about the course and also have another video that I'm sending your way. All right, see you then.